looking for a friend like Jesus. It's time to share, there's a world out there. Let's tell him that he loves us so. Let's tell him that he loves us so. Kids time, kids time, kids
time. Oh, hi boys and girls. I'm having the hardest time today. I brought a Spanish book with me and I'm hoping to learn a few phrases to use when I travel. But it's difficult for me to learn all this. I wish I'd taken a foreign language when I was younger, but I didn't. A good friend of mine, though, she told me that it's really hard to learn a new language. She said she took 2 years of French when she was in college, and she was so excited in the beginning. She figured, hey, in a couple of years, I'll speak French really, really well. But was she ever in for a surprise? She practiced, and she studied hard, and you know what? She even got A's on her French test. But at the end of the first year, she really couldn't speak French very well at all, and was she ever disappointed? There's an amazing story in the Bible. It's about a day long ago when people suddenly started speaking new languages. They started speaking them instantaneously. Now, they didn't have to go to language school and spend lots of money on expensive textbooks. 1 minute they spoke one language, and the next minute they spoke a different one. Can you imagine that? Well, God did something really wonderful because God created language in the very beginning. And if he created language, then he controls language as well, right? So I know he'll give me the ability to learn Spanish if he really wants me to. And also I have to do my part and really study and learn. But everything is in God's good timing. Speaking of timing, it's time to see what Ranger Jim is up to. I'm sure glad he speaks the language I can understand.
Hi, boys and girls. Ranger Jim saying welcome to Nature Time. We're in Knoxville, Tennessee at 3abn's Nature Center. There are many beautiful flowers and trees and shrubs of all kinds, beautiful birds singing in the background. My friend Ed is a specialist in this, and he's going to tell us about a very special tree today. Ed, what is this we're talking about?
Okay, this is black gum. It's known scientifically as Nyssa sylvatica. It's been a very important tree to many of the settlers here. This tree produces flowers on it, and it's very attractive to insects, and it's also used for beehives. They would take a section of the black gum and would call it bee gum.
A bee gum, that's where the name came from, a bee gum. Now, I never knew that. A bee gum, okay, I've got you.
Yeah, if they found the beehive in this, they could cut a section out of it and they'd start hives around their home site.
So they would find a section of the tree where the bees were going in a hole, cut off up here and cut it down here. Then they had a beehive.
Right, put a little roof on it.
I have to use pine boards and hammers and nails and stuff, and they just use the bee gum.
Yes.
Well, does it have a flower? Does it have?
It has white flowers, but it's not blooming at this time. It has the shiny leaf.
Glossy almost.
Glossy.
Uh-huh.
And on the bark, it's very rough. Kind of sharp
very rough bark.
It peels off. A lot of they could use it for a toothbrush. They would chew on the end of it.
Oh, I see.
Until it got all mashed up.
It frays
and then
out, doesn't it?
You can brush your teeth with it.
Ah, the first dental, huh?
Right.
First dentist would
We don't think about those
things.
things, but they had to use what they had available.
All right, now this is a relatively small tree here. Is this a large tree? Does it grow to a large
Yeah,
height?
these trees will get about 25 inches around
Oh,
in
man, then it would be a big tree, wouldn't it?
and often maybe 50, 60 feet tall. Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, these are native, you say, here to East Tennessee there?
Yes. Uh-huh.
All right. Now, I have heard people talk about sweet gum honey. Is this a sweet gum tree or this?
It's a close relative to the sweet gum. We have a sweet gum right over there. It has more of a 5 leaves on it.
I see.
So it's a gum, but it's not the same.
It has beautiful foliage on it, and I appreciate that. So that's very interesting to learn about that. I'm going to remember that, boys and girls. You remember that when Mother and Daddy tells you to wash and brush your teeth and take care of them good. You remember the early settlers took this, and it does, doesn't it? It just breaks out like this, frays out like that, makes a nice toothbrush, and you can brush your teeth with it and go very good like that. So many, many trees here in this center. We've enjoyed learning some more about them. We want to remind you again, Ranger Jim saying, don't forget to tell Jesus that you love him, because he really does love you.
God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. John 3:17.
For God so loved the world that he gave his Son, that whosoever would believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. John 3:16 and 17. Hallelujah.
Hi, today I wanted to share with you a recipe that my family loves and has been making for many years. My great-grandma Mitchell used to make it for us, and you know, the Mitchell family loves all kinds of recipes, anything with cabbage basically, cabbage rolls, and today we're making one called cabbage and noodles. Let me read the recipe for you. 1 large head of cabbage, shredded, 1 pound of fettuccine noodles broken into thirds, salt to taste, and margarine to taste. Now I just want to start with the cabbage. I cut the cabbage head in half, and I just want to show you kind of how you cut a cabbage. And if you're not comfortable using a knife, you can get an adult to help you. You're just going to kind of cut down on the cabbage, cut them off in little shreds, and you just keep moving around the cabbage until you get through with the whole head of cabbage. Now I already have some shredded for you just to save a little time. And we have our cabbage, and you also have your water. And you're just going to go ahead. I have a medium skillet over here already heating, and we're just going to put your water and your already shredded head of cabbage into here. Now the cabbage is you're going to let it cook, and it's going to take a little while, but you want to make sure that you keep water in there. If it starts to get dry, your cabbage will burn. So you want to make sure that you keep enough water in there, but you don't want too much water or the cabbage will get soggy. Now while that's cooking, well, I have some already cooked for you, just to save a little time, because the cabbage is going to take a little while. And I also have some already boiled noodles, fettuccine noodles, and I wanted them to stay hot. That's why there's foil over them. Now, the cabbage, if you have a big enough pan, you're going to go ahead and put your noodles into your pan. But since my pan's not big enough, I'm just going to go ahead and put the cabbage into the bowl with the noodles. And just mix it up. Now this recipe, you might think of cabbage and think, you might not like cabbage, but you might just want to try it just to see what you think. You can put a little bit of margarine. You don't need all the margarine that's in here, but just a little bit, just to taste. Because it tastes good with it, makes it a little bit, gives it a good flavor. You just put a little bit of salt, just a pinch of the salt, just enough to make it have a little bit of flavor. Stir that up too. Cabbage noodles is easy to make and tastes good too. Well, looks about mixed. And I love recipes. This is one of those recipes, only two ingredients to put in here, and that's all. It's that easy. Well, just remember, until next time, to keep cooking and eat healthy.
seems to take is everything just doesn't fall into place the way you wish it would. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Peleg's Pitas. I'm Peleg. Hey, Hood. How are you? I haven't seen you forever, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you,
So
too.
what's been going on?
Oh, not much. What's been going on with you?
Well, I've been here in the market for the last year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are
no
you
kidding.
selling?
Well, I've got falafels, got fruit, got hummus, baba ganoush. You hungry? I can whip you something up to eat. What would you like?
Let me think about that for a
Think
second.
about it?
Why don't you tell me where you've been?
Man, you know, like I said, I've been working here in the market for the last year. I can't imagine being inside in and in all day long. I love being
Tell
out
me
here where
about
the
it.
action is. You know, get to see the carpenter working, watch the business folks scurrying back and forth. Let me tell you, good for business. Our moms and kids have been at market all day long. They're not going to get home in time for lunch. I got good food ready to go quick. Construction workers are another boon to my business.
Really?
Absolutely. They can get down here, grab a bite, good nourishing food, keep them strong and hearty, and they're back on the job in no time. In fact, since I last saw you, we've been doing a bang-up business with construction workers.
Really?
Really?
Where?
You know, I was back in the plains of Shinar, and you know, that was back before the language got all confused. We were doing this big job. The people there had decided that they were going to build this huge tower because they were afraid that if it started raining again and God sent another flood, everybody was going to get drowned out. So they decided that if they built this tower that when the tippy tops went up above the clouds, they'd be fine. Everybody'd see them and we'd look like good folk. Of course, some of us tried to say, hey, wait a minute. Remember God put that rainbow up in the sky? We don't have to worry about another flood, but I wouldn't have anything to do with it. So it was decided that they'd go ahead and build this tower. And down by the tower, they put these kilns so they could bake the bricks right on the spot. Wouldn't have to import anything. Had mud that they made the bricks with, and then the slimy tar that they used for mortar. The scaffolding was set up next to the tower, and course by course, you could watch the brick going up. There were guys that would haul the brick from the kilns to the tower, guys hauling the brick up the scaffolding. Absolutely. Of course, I knew a good opportunity when I saw one. So I loaded up my little wagon, hitched my donkey to it, put my little clay oven on the back of the wagon, and went on down there with some food. Got there, fed my donkey some oats, got my hummus, my baba ganoush, the falafel, some fruit out. Pretty soon the lunch whistle blows. I'm doing a bang-up business, just like that. It was great. Day in and day out, we kept the guys fed. And then one day, everything came to a complete halt.
What happened?
Nobody could understand a word that the other fellow was saying anymore. Here's what happened. The guys down at the kiln were making some more brick one day, and they needed mud to pour into the forms.
Yeah.
And so the guy calls for more mud. But his assistant doesn't hear mud, he hears sticks, so he brings more sticks for the fire. And can't get more bricks made that way when you bring more fire instead of more mud.
wouldn't think.
Well, the guys up on the scaffolding are asking for some extra trowels because they dropped theirs down below. They can't get the mortar in between the brick, right? And instead of bringing up more trowels, the guys are bringing up more block. Nobody could understand a word that was being said. So when you can't understand the orders being given, you can't get any work done. Everybody started going back home. You were trying to talk to complete strangers, see if you could understand anything that's being said, right? And as soon as you found somebody that understood what was being said, we're all jumping up and down like we found long-lost friends. Well, people got together in groups where they could understand each other. They packed up all of their belongings and scattered to the four winds. Workmen, of course, took their tools with them, right?
Right.
But they left the kilns and the scaffolding there centered around this tower that goes up to nowhere.
So, what did you call the tower?
Oh, well, with all of this nonsense being spoken, it sounded like nonsense anyway, it sounded like complete confusion, we called the place Babel.
Huh.
Good name for it, huh?
Yeah, it's a great name.
Absolutely. So anyway, we headed on over this way. We came over towards her, got settled down here, and we've been enjoying life here ever since. So,
Well, sounds like you've had quite the time.
yeah, in fact, you know, as I've thought about that story, it's reminded me that when we try to depend on our own strength
Yeah?
and depend on ourselves, it leads to complete and utter confusion.
That's absolutely
If
right.
we trust on God, everything goes smooth. So trust God, life is good. Man, you're looking like you're hungry. What can I get you?
Well, tell you what, I'll have some falafel and some baba ganoush.
All right, let me get that for you. Have it ready for you in 2 shakes, all right?
Thanks, Peleg.
boys and girls, it's time for the book of the day. And I am so excited to bring you this book today. It is called Fire on the Mountain, and it's by Norma R. Youngberg. It will take you all the way to Borneo, in the wild green hills in a village called Singing Water. A boy named Saxy loved to swim in the sparkling jungle pools, but now he must quickly return to the village of Broken Light. And quickly, the God teacher Rajan has come, and his poison teaching will just spread, and all will be spoiled, warned Kooning, the wicked witch doctor. Oh, Saxy clung to the old ways of his tribe. Drums, drinking, and dancing, all these things pleased him. He tried to push out of his mind all thoughts of Rajan's God, but Saxy could not quiet the voice speaking to his heart. Many of the people, even his own family, were turning to this God who brings love, happiness, and healing. Afraid and in pain, Saxy calls out to the one his heart longs to know. His tiny mustard seed of faith begins to grow. When the sly, cunning, evil witch doctor Kooning plots to destroy the chief's son with devil magic, only Saxy knows the terrifying secret. Can the God of heaven protect them with his power? And will the angel's promise for a little deaf girl actually come to pass? I'm not going to tell you anymore, boys and girls. You're going to have to purchase this book and read the story. You're going to love it. Well, you know what else I'm excited about today? I'm excited to have David with me today. And David, thank you for being here on Kids Time.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad you came. Now, you came all the way from where?
Vermont.
Vermont. And how far a drive was that?
I think it was 20 hours.
20 hours. That's a long time to be in the car, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you have a fun time, though?
Yes.
All right. Tell me now, you love Jesus very much. You've been sharing with me. Let me ask you, what do you do to share Jesus with others?
Well, I help other people
Now, how do you do that?
by helping them their needs, whatever they need.
They ever need? Now, have you had any neat experiences that you'd like to share with the boys and girls at home? Was there anything special that's happened?
Yes, there was this one man in Washington, D.C. who was at this rest stop that we stopped at, and he was homeless and he looked pretty dirty, and so I asked my dad if we could give him some money, and Dad said sure. And so I went over and I gave him some money, and he was very thankful, and I said, Jesus loves you, and he said thank you.
Oh, well, that was good. Now, you were also telling me something about you went hiking. You had a really wonderful experience hiking one day. What happened there?
Well, after church, we had gone on a hike so that we could do something that day, and there was a big rainstorm coming. And we had been chased out by the rainstorm. We had to run really fast down the mountain. And on our way home, we saw these big branches on the road and on this older couple's yards and on their fence and on their driveway. And
Now, what do you mean? What was on their fence and driveway?
big branches.
Big branches because the storm had thrown it all there? Like, how big were those branches?
About that big.
About that big? They were pretty big branches. I don't think I could move a branch like that.
Well,
were these really strong people, and did they look like when you saw them in the yard? Did they?
No.
No?
They looked like their back was going to break if they tried moving it.
Oh, no. So what happened?
And so
Probably a lot of people stopped to help them, though, right?
No, everybody just drove, looked at them, and then just drove by.
Oh, no. So what happened?
So I asked them if we could help them, and they said sure. And they had big trees about that big that were 120 years old. And so the branches came off very easily, and we asked if we could help them move it to a different place, and they said sure, and we helped them move it over to the side of the road, and they were very thankful.
They were? I bet were they surprised that you would stop and help when nobody else did?
Yes, they were.
Now, do you think that they saw Jesus in your heart?
Yes.
And what did they say to you?
They called us angels, and they said that they were thankful.
They were thankful. Well, you know what? That does show Jesus in your heart when you stopped. You should think, all those other people went by, but one family stopped. And why do you think they stopped? Because they had Jesus in their heart. Well, I have some exciting letters to share with you today from boys and girls that have Jesus in their heart. And I'd like to read one to you. This one is from Randy in Yucaipa, California. And let's see what Randy has to say. This says, Dear Miss Brenda, my name is Randy, and I'm 7 years old, and I love Jesus. I have a sister, Jessica, 11, and she is studying with Pastor Elijah to be baptized with our mother, Donna. I saw your kids' time at our friend's house, and I liked it a lot. I would like to join Kids Club and take the Bible study so I can be baptized. Oh, I'm so glad, Randy. It says, we share Jesus with our grandma who's really sick with broken back and cannot walk. So our mom helps her eat and take care of herself, and she needs to stop smoking. Yes, she does. It says to get well. Please pray for my grandma and our mother and daddy to have more work. I hope you will send me the Bible lessons. And I want to tell you thank you for your happy programs about Jesus and all the animals. Your friend forever, Randy. Wasn't that a great letter?
Oh, it sure was. I want to be baptized someday as well.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad. That makes Jesus so happy, doesn't it? Well, let's see. I have another letter here. Oh, and this one has a picture in it. Can you hold this up for me, David? This one is coming from St. Lucia. And let's see what this is from. Said, Dear Miss Brenda, I'm 14 years old. My name is Anna Regis, and I live in St. Lucia, and it's beautiful country. I sure wish you would come and visit us here. Said, it helps me to, I love kids' time because it helps me to learn more about God. And I also learn how to love one another and to show love and respect. My favorite part is the singing time and cooking in the kitchen with Katie, and also that helps me very much. I would like to be on Kids Time someday. It would be my joy to meet you. I love you and all the 3ABN people and my favorite Kids Time show. I would like you to stick this picture of me somewhere special, and I would like you to send me an activity book. God bless you. Love, yours truly, Anna Regis. Well, thank you so much for that letter, and you know what? I will put that picture somewhere special because, boys and girls, when you send a picture to me, I have a special wall that I'm planning in our new children's studio for Kids Time, and it'll say, we share Jesus, and then all the pictures that you send me, I'm going to put up there. So everybody can see that you love Jesus. Isn't that a good idea? So send me lots of pictures, okay? Let's see, I have another one here. And this one, oh, I've got another picture. I love these pictures. Can you hold that again for me, David? Let's see, this one is from, looks like Jamaica. And it said, Dear Miss Brenda, I'm 6 years old, and I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and I love them. I love Kids Time, and I share Jesus with my friends. I tell them that Jesus loves them, and He's coming back to take us to heaven and to live with Him, so we must be good now. Please send me an activity book. I love Kids Time. I'm sending a picture just for you. Love, Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann, thank you. That's a beautiful picture, too. I love the picture. It's so pretty. And you know what? You're right. Keep telling your friends because Jesus is coming back soon. Let's read an email. This one is from Natalia. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, I am Natalia. I'm 9 years old, and I live in East Hartford, Connecticut. I share Jesus by helping to do Meals on Wheels with my church, and sometimes we deliver the meals, but mostly I work in the kitchen. I usually put the labels on the bags. I have a dog. His name is Buddy, and I like the animals that Ranger Jim tells us about, but mostly I love the singing. It was nice seeing you and your grandson at the Southern New England camp meeting. I would like to join Kids Club and get an activity book. Your friend, Natalia. Well, I'm glad I got a chance to visit with you at camp meeting and you saw my grandson, Michael. And you know what? I want you to keep working, too, because it doesn't matter, even though you didn't get to visit the people when you were working on Meals on Wheels, you were still working just as hard for Jesus behind the scenes, putting those labels on those bags. Well, that's all the time we have today, boys and girls. But until next time, I want you to remember, it's kids' time to share Jesus.